Welcome and join us on our journey as we interview everyday people and ask them that very question of
Who am I?
Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? My name is Ten. I am 24 years old, but basically a baby in music years since I've only been at it for about a year now. But I've been a lifelong creative since the wee age of pencil holding. I kind of got my start up in doing a lot of open mic nights and finding my voice through that, and actually rediscovering my passion and my love for art in general through music. Like, I'm a diehard fan of like visual mediums and such like that, but music has really been like an interesting journey for me that I want to continue to explore and see how far I could push it now that I'm like an adult who has actual discipline. So when I started my musical journey, I'd gone through this period of time where for about 3 consecutive years I couldn't draw. Now, a lot of people who've known me from that period knows that I was like big into making comics. I used to do a lot of web comics and a lot of like choose your own adventure type of things in Bahamian group forums. But I had kind of gone through this thing where I just couldn't create the way I used to. And so one little inkling voice in me told me that I should basically try music. And so I was like, I can't try music, I'm too old. Mind you, I'm like 20, 21. And then one day I was just realized that like it doesn't matter what type of art I do. I'm an artist through and through. And then I just decided to say, frig it. I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna put myself out there. And from there it's just steps, like little baby walks of things that usually most people don't think about when you start in music, like trying to actually write down your lyrics and trying to get on tune with the beat and stuff like that. And then I found out I was kind of pretty good at it. So I want to see how far that could take me. My biggest accomplishment to date is publishing my first song. UGH was something that had actually been complete for about 2 years prior to its release. But what a lot of people don't tell you about music, it's as business as it is like artistic. And you hear that about a lot of crafts nowadays, but like music is business, and like figuring out how to publish, copyright, the amount of things that you have to buy in terms of like owning beats and stuff like that. It was just like each step made me realize like this is a thing that I'm actually doing. So when I published it, I was like, yeah, like I'm officially a musician. Like it didn't really settle in until that moment. So that's like something I'm really proud of. My biggest regret is not trying sooner. A lot of people say that, but the main reason why a lot of people say that is the same reason why I'm saying it now. The longer you have in this craft is the sooner you're putting in those 10,000 hours. Every talent is a skill. That is a fact of life. Whether you're more inclined to something or not is irrelevant at the end of the day, because there could be people who knew how to draw from kids who didn't put in the same work as people who learned how to draw as like adults, and the adult might surpass that child one day when they grow up. So it's all about starting your 10,000 hours and being very much honed in to what you're allowing yourself to learn, not just like you could learn to like what the scale is and how these drums or ad libs and all this fun stuff, or you could just learn that I could put anything out there. So you really have to like put in the work to say that sometimes that maybe you're not as good as you think you are, because I had to come to terms with that. Maybe you're not as good as you think you are and you need work, and with that you can be as good as you think you are, and I think that's a lot more valuable. My best advice I've ever been given in my life was that I should never look like what I'm going through. I kind of had this period when I wrote one of my most inspiring songs, yet to be released, where I felt like I was gonna be homeless. I had no family that I wanted to talk to, who wanted to talk to me or acknowledge me for my own mental health. I was broke, I had no car, and one of my best friend's moms took me in and basically had me as her own. And basically what she told me was like, it doesn't matter what you're going through. Like, you never let other people see that. And that like literally changed my life. Ever since then, I made sure at least to get my hair done, at least. Don't look at the nails. But like everything else, yeah. I at least try to make myself clean, presentable, and have my hair done. My favorite Bahamian word has to be bay. It is the most listen, it is like, I feel like it's used so much, people mistake how much our language would collapse without it. Like, really think about it. Really think about it. Imagine if you were having a chicken, it's got all the herbs, but no salt. That's what bay is for Bahamian dialect. And I think we need to give it its props a little bit more. I would say one of my most unpopular opinions, let's see. To the bastard out there that decides to do curry chicken with only chicken wings, I think you're sick in the head. I think you need to be detained executionary style. It is disgusting. Chicken wings belong in sauce. The whole of the chicken belongs in the curry. That includes the breast, the thighs, the drums, all of that. If it's just chicken wings, you're sick in the head. You need to be detained. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, of course, self-plug. Follow the journey at 10 the official on Instagram and 10 the musician on TikTok. But also, I like to say to anybody who's planning on doing anything that they feel too old, too young, too stupid, too slow to do, that if you sit down there and you contemplate how much you're wanting to do it, you're gonna forget to actually do it. You know, even if you don't fail, one thing I can say, even if I don't become like a big old celebrity, I can say that I said I was gonna do something and I did it, you know? And that, I feel like that is so much more valuable than saying that I want to do something. Because at the end of the day, your wants and desires are nothing without action. So that's food for thought. That's food for thought.
If you like what you saw, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and join us on our journey as we create more content on our way to getting our first play button.